All right, welcome to Unlimited Power. My name is D-Rod, and I'm just, here we are. It's, what today's date? February 10th. So we're less than a month away from the actual release of Star Wars Unlimited. We're closer to 3 weeks away to the pre-release of Star Wars Unlimited. And today, in a couple of hours, we're actually going to be having a live stream at FFG headquarters at their main store that they made couple years ago, where you're going to see other content creators there, a couple other influencers, just kind of going through essentially I don't want to say press conference. It's more of an experience that's mostly made for press, where they're going to be going through, cracking some packs, talking a little bit more, answering some questions. So, this stream may be a little bit shorter today, so that way people have time to catch that. I'll definitely be watching it myself, excited to get more of the news. And today's probably going to be the day we see all the cards revealed for the set, as they do some pack cracking. Everyone themselves will probably get everything released today, and that's great. And the goal of this video, the goal of this stream here is for the next couple Saturdays, we're going to be doing some focusing on pre-release and what makes that different from sealed. Really, the big difference here is you're going to have two leaders with your sealed kit. You're going to get Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Now, the only way you can get Darth or Luke right now as leaders is in the starter set. So if you've had a chance to play in the Roadshow demo series that they've been doing throughout the country, we did a couple here in Portland. There's still 2 more coming up here in Portland. But, those are 30 card decks that are versions of the 50 card decks of the starter sets. So if you have experience already with those, you may have already found some synergies with Luke and Vader. And that's kind of going to be the focus of these videos. We do a lot of sealed release already, where we're talking about synergies and pulling in the leaders when you get 6. But primarily, if you go in with the idea of you know how to play Luke or you know how to play Vader, if you have a little bit of experience, you're going to feel a little bit more confident. Those two characters they've definitely built around them most because they're entry level. As iconic as they are, there's a reason why they're starter decks. And they're easy to kind of learn. They're easy to figure out, but they're also easy to build upon. So we already get kind of the synergy cards in the starter sets. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today as we go into the pre-release. We'll be looking for cards that, what do we know that we can get that really either work with Luke or Vader. And if we don't, then we know we'll go to our deck's best option. But again, that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on. So let's get to it. On Forcetable, you have the sealed option here. We have that available to us. And you have the choices of opening packs or opening packs and pre-release. We're going to choose pre-release. Again, this just means we're getting 2 additional leader options. But those 2 additional leader options help us know what we're looking for, and we can already identify those synergies. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we're going to go 1 pack at a time. IG-88 is our leader. Administrator's Tower is our base. But again, we're going to be mostly looking at what works with Luke and what works with Vader. Right now, the Vader setup that most people would be used to from the starter sets or the Roadshow demos is black, red, green. And Luke is blue, white, yellow. So it's really easy to kind of, once you know those color schemes of what it's built for, you can start identifying the synergies that work well with them. It's not to say there aren't other ones, but again, this is kind of gets you more familiar, especially if you've played the demo stuff or if you've been running through the starter decks on Forcetable. So with Vader, you already know 2 cards are going to pop out. You got Veers and Overwhelming Barrage. Veers is going to give all those Imperial units that you're used to with Vader, that +1/+1, including Vader himself. And again, Barrage is a great late game card. Anytime you're losing, you play this card and you'll get ahead. You'll be able to clear the board. You'll do really well. It fits the Vader scheme easily. Same thing with something like Viper, Probe Droid, and Katina Braggart. Also already fit that Vader scheme. So you can argue that Maximum Firepower does as well. It's just to really get the overall effect of it, you probably want to have 2 Imperial units. So there's a little bit of a higher cost to play this card, even though it's a lower resource cost, but you need an additional, Imperial unit to really take advantage of it in a pinch. As far as Luke goes, the cards that would really do well with Luke, we have Strafing Gunship. This one already kind of fits into that move of his. It's not going to be able to get him a shield token on that trigger, but that's okay. Again, it just kind of really fits the easy parts of what Luke does. It's only 1 yellow. Same thing with Surprise Strike. It's not heroic, but it already fits into what Luke's doing. So I think that's really good. Let's go to the next pack. Pack 2, a double IG-88. This is a reason why we're really focusing on Luke and Vader on this pre-release build. Again, they'll be in your pre-release box kit. Because what happens when you open up multiples of the same leaders, but you're not getting the cards you really need to make them work? IG-88 would be one of those examples, because he can die really easily with that 4 health. Immediately my mind jumps to something that works with Vader. We know it's tried and true, and that's Super Laser Technician. This is a good sign that you should run Vader. The reason why is because Super Laser Technician only has 1 health, and it works with Vader's ability. As long as you play a black aspect unit, you can pay 1, and on that turn, you can kill another unit, or kill a unit of your choice. So if you play Super Laser Technician, we have 4 resources. Not only will you be able to put him into play, you can use Vader's ability, kill him, and you'll be 1 resource ahead of your opponent. This is a good sign that you can run Vader, right? Again, we haven't seen that many other cards. We're still 4 packs left, but this already can point us in that direction. Same thing here with Luke. With Luke, we already know that there's some good synergies with yellow and blue and the white. Chewbacca is in that demo deck. Chewbacca is in that starter deck. There's a reason for it. He has Sentinel, and every time he is attacked, you ready him. He has a white aspect, meaning you can use Luke's ability to put a shield token on him. You can also use that when Luke's in play. So very good card. Same thing with Kanan Jarrus. Blue-white character. He is not in the demo deck, but he's really good in limited play. The reason why he's really good is not just because he can get the shield token from Luke, but is because he can discard a card from your opponent's deck every time he attacks. And he does this for every Spectre unit you have. Now, if you only have 1, that's still worth your time. In a limited format, your opponent's already going to start the game with 30 card deck minimum. They'll draw their 6 cards. They're up to 24, and they pretty much have a 12-turn clock. Kanan speeds that up, and that's really good. The moment they don't have cards in their hand, the moment they take 3 damage every time they were to draw. Not to mention, you may be discarding their bombs. You may be discarding the cards they were really relying on. And if you're focusing on Luke or Vader, that's probably going to be your win condition yourself. So Kanan's really good. We know that's going to fit in that build. Same thing of a card like Moment of Peace. Luke wants to kind of keep putting shields on him or on other characters. This is one of those cards that's going to keep your characters alive. So very good here. Academy Training is an easy Vader add. So this was a good pack. We just want to start seeing some more units for these characters. So with Vader, we want to see things like TIE Fighter, Viper Probe Droids, Death Star Stormtroopers, and Snowtrooper Lieutenants, which we do see here. With Luke, we want to find stuff like Restored ARCs, Fleet Lieutenant, C-3PO, R2-D2, Chopper, Ezra. Though we want to see some of those low-cost units that really can benefit us early on. We did get a Snowspeeder, which works really well with Luke. It's only 1 white, so you get that ambush ability, and you can still put a shield token on it after it hits something, because you don't want to play it and not hit something, but you can still keep it alive and put a shield token on after. Forces With Me is another great card for Luke, and we see a few others with Jedi Lightsaber as well. But these 2 cards are going to benefit your Force users, but they can still benefit your non-Force users. So, for example, Forces With Me, put 2 experience tokens on a unit. As long as you control another Force token, Force unit, you can give someone that same person shield. Lightsaber gives someone +3/+3, but if they're a Force sensitive unit, when they attack, they'll give Defender -2/-2. So good stuff here. Really works with Luke. Baze is kind of, he fits easily. Just maybe not the strongest unit. And we got some good low-cost yellow units, just in case we're not seeing a lot of other ones. So let's move on to the next pack. Han Solo is our leader here, but what I do love seeing is a second Super Laser Technician. Again, that's going to make that Vader build really good. Two of them means you're definitely going to try have games where you can get Vader out 1 turn early. If you can play 2 of them, but beforehand, you can get Vader out 2 turns early, which is awesome. We also see cards like Admiral Piet, General Tag. Piet's going to be really good if we do get anything large for that late game push. Tag is decent as long as we see a couple more troopers. Then finally we get to see that TIE fighter. So getting those low cost black aspect units are going to help us continue to trigger Vader's ability. As far as Luke goes, out of this hand, the cards that are really, decent, I'm not going to say great for Luke, is Regional Sympathizers is good. It's only 1 white, so you can get that shield token really easily, has Restore. But Outer Rim Maneuver is okay. So, it does work better once Luke's out there, but he's not a heroic unit, so he doesn't get that immediate shield bonus with Luke's ability. So let's move to pack 5. Chewbacca and an Echo Base. Okay, nothing amazing here, but again, more good Vader support. So we got Cell Block Guard, TIE Fighter, both black aspect units that can hit the board early and buy you the time you need. We also got a Star Viper, which is only good really when you have initiative, but it's not a bad card to put down. Same thing, we got another General Tag, but we need to see more troopers. As far as the common Luke build goes, there really isn't much here to support him. You have Lothal Insurgent, which is okay. You want to play 2 cards to really make this work. And you have Waylay, which again is all right, but stalling your opponent in limited isn't always going to be the best option. You'd rather have kill events like Vanquish, which is good. So let's move to the final pack. I think really we only have the stuff to build a Vader package, and here it is, an ATST that comes in that demo package, comes in the starter set for a reason. It's a black aspect, it has Overwhelm. It's good. It's good. We also get a Force Choke, and then we have a couple of red units we can start using to fill in some of our low costs. But already I think we can see that the builds are here for Vader. Like, we see the synergies. So let's take a look here. Again, we're going to be skipping a lot of these other leaders. The point of this isn't to show you guys how to play other leaders in Synergy. It's supposed to help you prepare for pre-release, and I think the best thing you can do there, especially if you're new to the game, is continue to focus on the 2 demo characters, just because these are the characters that they've built so much around in this set, and they expect people to, have that as a starting point, right? If you're unsure how much you want to spend in the game, you're definitely going to start with a starter deck. If you're, still liking the game but don't want to go too far into it, you're going to be building off of these 2 characters until you get more support for the leaders you want. That's just what's going to happen. So with Vader, again, we can already see a couple of cards that come into his deck itself. We know ATSD comes in there. We know Cell Block Guard comes in there. There's a Veers. We know Super Laser Technicians come in there for that good ramp. Snowtrooper Lieutenant, Viper Probe Droid. So this is all good stuff for that black, red, green combo. We have double TIE Fighters. Everything else, though, is not going to be as great, but that's okay. We'll have 2 TIE Fighters and probably 2 other ships with the Viper and the Starwing Scout. As far as upgrades go, there isn't much here to do with Vader. The Academy trainings are going to be okay. The Infiltrator skill is also decent. And when it comes to events, we have a good variety of things. We have the Force Choke to deal with something that's really big. Maximum Firepower may be okay. Good filler spot. Overwhelming Barrage will definitely get us there if we're behind. Help us catch up or put us ahead. And Strike Truce is just another damage dealing card. So really the setup is here. In a 30 card deck, it may not seem like there's a lot of cards we can put in there, but it's just enough to make everything work. Again, these double Super Laser Technicians are really what's going to make Vader stand out. If we can get at least one of them, he's going to come out 1 turn sooner. If we can get 2 of them, we're in a good spot. Real good spot that our opponent has to deal with him. We just don't have that many upgrades for him, so when he comes out, there's a chance he's going to die. Best thing we have is Academy training. And Infiltrator skill won't be too bad, but again, it's not a lightsaber. And I think that's the only big problem. So let's go ahead and build this deck. Again, when you choose the pre-release option, you have all the leaders you open, and then you have Luke and Vader. Since I saw more Vader support, that's where we're going to go. We're going to change it to green because we want to use those Super Laser Technicians. Let's make that ramp work for us. And it's going to be nice to be able to play ATST early if possible. You got a card like Admiral Piet. who makes all friendly units that cost 6 or more gain ambush. So again, that ATST is really strong. And Piet has good health as well. He's a black aspect unit. Now we're probably going to be playing a little bit slower than our opponent, which is why I'm going to be hesitant on this Ardent Sympathizer. So it's going to be kind of the last thing I look at, just because you really want initiative to make them work. So we know we want Cell Block Guard. We pretty much want to make sure we're adding a lot of Imperials. So because we have Veers, Snow Trooper Lieutenant, all these cards that can really benefit from Imperial units in play. Probe Droid's going to buy us a little bit of time because we'll be able to see our opponent's hand. And that's always good because you can write down that information in this game. All right, let me see if I'm missing any more. I guess I'll take 2 general tags just because he's easy to drop. He's also a black aspect unit. All right, we'll take the Ozzel just because he fits that build, same thing. And let's move on to space. We have 11 ground units, but I want to come back to that after we fill in some other spots. So we're going to go ahead and play all 4 space units just because they all fit. We need space units, and we only have 4, so we can afford to just fill up those slots. As far as the events, they're both decent. I think Academy Training is going to be a little bit better than Infiltrator Skill, but I don't want to sleep on Infiltrator Skill because it could be the reason we get through. So we're going to put 1 in there for right now, and let's go to events. We're at 18 cards so far. We know we want the Force Choke. I'm not a fan of letting my opponent draw a card, but sometimes you'd rather take out the, something that's a rare or legendary where they don't have multiples of, and kill that. And hopefully they'll just draw something that's common that you have another answer for, or isn't really a threat. Maximum Firepower is another card that's going to help us deal with those threats. We are running a lot of Imperial units. Right now there's 11 Imperial, no, there are a total 13 Imperial units in our deck, so this is worth our time. Also, Overwhelming Barrage is going to make sure we can catch up if we're behind or even get ahead. This is a card that can definitely clear the board if it needs to. It can just really be the card that, changes everything in the direction you need to go. This is that type of card that if you get it, can you make it work is the question. It is that defining of a card. Really good. We're also going to take Strike True. It's another way of dealing damage. I think it's going to work a little bit better on our low-cost units if Veers is in play, and it's only 1 green. I think we're going to take Prepare for Takeoff as well in case someone starts out-ramping us with units, essentially. If someone starts putting more units in space quicker than us, if we need to searching the top 8 cards of a 24 card deck is really easy to find one of our space units. So we're going to go ahead and take one of those. That leaves us with 6 spots remaining. With that, I'm going to fill in the other spots here. So I'm going to take the troopers, the volunteer soldiers here, because I know they work with our general tag. Partisan Insurgent is a rebel trooper, and I don't know if we're playing enough red yet for him to work, but we may put him in. We'll take the Ardent Sympathizer, and I think we're going to take the Skiff just because it does have ambush, and it's going to buy us a little bit more time. Okay. I'm going to save this deck. Again, we're trying out Vader. We found the synergies. We know what kind of cards to commonly look for with him. 2 Super Leisure Technicians and Overwhelming Barrage really means, let's go for it. I think we're relying on Vader to get us the win. We're hoping we can play him 2 turns early, at least once. And then we're also hoping that Overwhelming Barrage, as long as we pull it, is going to get us ahead and clear the board for Vader and make a way for Vader. So I think we're in a good spot. Let's go ahead and try it out. All right, our first opponent is Director Krennic. All right, this would never happen in the movie. So no mulligan for us. We're going to make the tough decisions here. We got ATST, Tag, the Skiff. Now, ATST, this is pretty much our only bomb in the deck. This is the card that's going to be a deciding factor for us. So I don't want to get rid of it. So we're going to have to get rid of something else. I think in this aspect, we're going to get rid of the Skiff. We're going to lose that early ambush. And we're either going to get rid of Tag or Ozzel. I think we're going to get rid of Tag because we have 2 tags and we don't have any troopers in our hand. If you're unfamiliar with Krennic, he has what's called a static ability. This means it's a constant ability. It's happening all throughout the whole game, but it's each friendly damage unit gets +1/+0. When Krennic comes into play, it's the exact same thing. Krennic just gains Restore 2. So this ability is going to be happening the whole time. So no matter what, it's one of the things you have to remember is if anything's damaged, it's going to hit harder. So since we have Vader, we understand his ability works whenever you play a Black Aspect card. That makes these 1-cost Black Aspect cards really valuable. TIE Fighter, Death Star Stormtrooper, those are cards you're hoping to find in a Vader build at pre-release. So we'll play the TIE Fighter. We now meet the requirement here, so we can use an action ability to use Vader. And we'll choose as the action to take out the V-Wing. Opponent loses a unit. Yes, they drew a card, but we're a little bit ahead. We have 1 unit already in play. We've dealt 1 damage to their base, and it's a space unit. And there's less space units in this game than there are ground units. So it's a good advantage. It's just looking at the board state. Now we got to drop a card. We have another space unit. We only have 4, so that makes that really difficult. Here's a kill card that's kind of important. And we have another TIE Fighter. Losing Ozzel isn't the worst thing in the world. I just don't know if that's really what we want to go because we don't have a ground unit in play yet. I think we're going to drop the TIE Fighter. So we're going to lose 1 space unit. We'll play Ozzel this turn so we can use Vader's ability. That's going to be important because this unit comes out with shield. And again, you can already see the synergies with Vader. If you're understanding how to play him a little bit more, you'll be fine in certain pre-release elements here. So we play our card. Opponent takes the initiative. We're going to use another action to use our ability with Vader. And we're just going to ping this Wilderness Fighter and get the shield off. So again, we're still ahead. The opponent's already playing catch up. They put a unit that should have protected himself. It kind of did, but the protection's gone and we're still 2 points ahead. Let's put ourselves in 4 points ahead. So good spot here. By removing the shield, the Wilderness Fighter is not going to swing into Admiral Ozzel next turn and just, kill him. So we'll be fine there. I'm going to go ahead and drop this Volunteer Soldier. And we're going to play the Super Laser Technician this turn. All right. The AI goes ahead and plays Entrenched. This means he can only attack units going forward. That's a little bad, but it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and attack with Ozzel into the base. We're going to get that 2 damage. I thought about using Ozzel's ability to do Super Laser Technician, but no point there. All right, the AI went a little bit harder now. They just played Academy Training and Entrenched. So again, Entrenched and Academy Training, these are good upgrades. It's going to be him +5, which means he's going to hit for 7 and he can take 9 damage. That's a lot. A 7/9 coming at me is difficult, but he can only attack units. He can no longer hit my base. So we're just going to go ahead and put out the Super Laser Technician. AI is probably going to swing into Ozzel. Yep, there's 7 damage. That's fine. So the AI only has 7 health remaining. We're going to lower that a little bit more. We're going to kill our Super Laser Technician. It's going to go into our resource pile. Then we're going to deal 1 damage to the Wilderness Fighter. Oh, wait, we only do damage to the base. Sorry. And yeah, then we'll swing with the TIE Fighter. So we're still a little bit ahead. The Wilderness Fighter can't do anything again until we have a unit in play, and he's going to hit hard. So I can probably kill him before Vader comes out, which will be good. And we are now hitting our 6th resource, which means Mercenary Company can go online. ATST can go online. Good stuff here. I think we're going to go ahead and drop Strike True just because it costs a little bit more. And we're going to use Mercenary Company to get through that Wilderness Fighter. At least get us closer to it. Has Ambush, has Overwhelm. The Ambush and Overwhelm isn't really going to do a whole lot. Actually, let's take out the Probe Droid. We'll take out the Probe Droid. The Wilderness Fighter has to swing into the Mercenary Company. So I think it's better if we just take out 1 unit and do some damage to another. We'll go ahead and swing on this base. Again, we're at 6. The opponent's at 5. So Vader's going to come out 1 turn early next turn. The AI just got another entrenched. Oh my goodness. Let's take the initiative here. Krennic's about to come out. The Wilderness Fighter hits hard because of the damaged ability. Ooh, 7. All right. 7 damage on that guy. He can take 5 more until he's dead. Krennic's also going to start healing that base. We did get Overwhelming Barrage. I think that's great. We're going to drop the Sympathizer. Now, with Overwhelming Barrage, I could wait until Vader comes out. I could wait until my opponent is done doing everything. Put Vader into play and use Overwhelming Barrage. I think we're in a good spot to do that. We're 10 up. Not to mention that Wilderness Fighter can't do anything. So let's see if the opponent passes. Here comes General Veers. All Imperial units have +1/+1. Okay, we're going to pass. Guardian of the Wheels comes out. Not afraid of that. We're going to pass. We're going to pass one more time. So this is what the AI should do. If someone's doing this to you, right? If someone is passing and passing, you know they can put their leader out. You don't take the initiative. I believe the rule is you both pass. Like if you pass after they pass, then the turn ends and then they're stuck. So this is me kind of taking advantage of either the AI, who's I know is just going to take the initiative, or again, you're trying to feel it out. How well does your opponent know the rules? In casual play and pre-release, it's fine to tell people what to do. Everyone's here for a good time. Everyone's here to learn, that type of thing. In a competitive play environment, you wouldn't share the knowledge with your opponent, right? You wouldn't tell them like, hey, you should take the initiative. Like, this is literally the strategy here. If I put Vader out now, he dies. So why would I do that? Again, I don't have enough to kill the Wilderness Fighter with that second entrenched on him yet. So I'm going to go ahead and pass. AI takes the initiative. Oh, so I pass and they take the initiative. So anyway, they get to keep it. So that was my mistake. Well, I need a unit. Well, now we're playing Vader on the turn he normally comes out. God, I thought I knew that. What do you put on here? Another entrenched? Oh my goodness. Okay, this Wilderness Fighter is going to kill anything that comes out, and I don't have any units that are going to be this big. Veers is an issue, but we can kind of get ahead of Veers a little bit. Force Choke cannot kill that Wilderness Fighter, so we need either Piet and an ATST to swing in one turn, or we're going to have to set up a better board presence, maybe with the Starwing Scout, and use the Overwhelming Barrage here in a bit. Vader may just have to die. Vader may just have to, like, sacrifice himself here. Let's see what happens. We'll deploy the leader. Yep, Wilderness Fighter swings. Who swings into Vader? Makes sense. All right, he's out. That's exactly what I imagined was going to happen. All right. Can we just force choke this guy? We get him out of here now? Thank you. God. Vader Gaming, baby. Yeah, Max. I've been catching some of your videos. You get it. And in pre-release, that's kind of what you're looking at, right? In pre-release, you're going to be looking at Vader or Luke. If you're already playing a lot, you know the synergies are there. You'll know that a lot of the cards are built around them because it's the starter deck. They want to make this accessible for people. So let's put out that Star Viper. We're going to get behind now, but we're in a better spot now that they wasted like 5 cards in that unit. We don't have a Vader though, so it's going to rely on the ATST and Overwhelming Barrage going forward. Krennic's going to be a little bit of a problem with that restore too, but really what's hurting us is the Veers and just these lower cost units. Here comes 2 maximum firepowers. I think that's great. I wouldn't mind being at 8, and I don't want to give up any of these cards because they're so defining to what we're doing. We're not going to play any of them. So we'll probably use the Barrage first to kind of clear the board a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Played on the Starwing Scout. It now has 6 damage that we can distribute. 3 of them have to go to Veers. So Three of them have to get rid of him because he's just making things way too difficult. That gives us 3 more damage to work with. Let's go. We'll put him on the trooper because that trooper has raid 3 or raid 1. All right. Star Viper is going to have to swing. Give us a little bit of life here with that Restore 2 ability. Puts us at 15. AI is going to hit us for 3. We're at 10. Let's swing with that Star Wing Scout. I don't think there's anyone I can kill at the moment with Vader's ability. Guardian of the Wheels is going to swing, and we'll swing with the TIE Fighter. And it's going to be a very, very close game. That's for sure. 2. So it's going to be a 9-6 match. Their favor. Let's take the initiative. Man, that Wilderness Fighter just did work on us, unfortunately. All of these are pretty good. Let's hold on to them. We can play the Snowtrooper Lieutenant and swing with the TIE Fighter. That's going to help us out a lot. It's going to give us that +2 bonus. So we'll swing. That's going to drop it down to 5. We'll then swing with the Star Viper here. That's going to heal us, buying us a little bit more time. Puts us at 5, and then we have the game with the Star Wing Scout, unless the AI has an answer, which they do not. Ooh, all right. It had me sweating. Had me sweating there with that mistake I made on the passing and take initiative. It's just tough because, you know, what do? Do you just deploy the unit and let your opponent swing into it? I guess so. Sometimes you're going to have to. All right. That was the first game. Let's go back, and we're going to do this again. The AI is going to be a little bit harder by having more life, and I think that's okay. We're going against Grand Moff Tarkin, who has the ability to use one resource and give an experience token to an Imperial unit. So that means when you're going up against him, you want to make sure you're taking out Imperial units before they get too big. Or else you're going to end up in a situation like I did with that Wilderness Fighter. It just overpowers you, and you want to avoid that. As far as our hand goes, we're not seeing any of the ramp here. Again, I like trying to tell people, like, how do you play, make the hard choices. But if you know you're running 2 Super Laser Technicians, I think for the sake of getting you ready for pre-release, we're going to say mulligan, right? You know you have them in your deck. So take a mulligan, yes. You really want to see one of those units because you want to get Vader out early. That's your big surprise. That's what you're working with. So instead, we're stuck with cards we don't want to see. And so here you go. This is what I always say. Sometimes you're going to get stuck with things that you don't want to see, and you got to make hard choices, so get better at it. What happened to us? This is what happened. We have 2 technicians in our deck, and it's only 30 cards, but neither of them got pulled. So we have no units we can play early. I think we're going to drop Academy Training and Mercenary Company. I don't want to lose this ATS team. We're definitely not throwing away the Overwhelming Barrage. Let's take the initiative. All we can do next turn is play the Star Viper if we don't see any changes. The AI plays Surgical Droid and heals him, or makes him stronger by giving him +3. Hey, look what we got. We got a Super Laser Technician. That's perfect. Let's drop the Force Choke. May be one of my only answers later, but I'm going to drop it because Piet's going to be a little better if he can stay alive. So this turn, we're going to go ahead and play, maybe not Piet yet. Let's play the Star Viper. Let's go into space, see what our opponent does. Put a Seasoned Shore Trooper. Okay, so this is where they're going to start building with Tarkin. He's Imperial. They save themselves 1 resource. They're going to put it on him. Makes sense. Surgical Droid's going to hit us for 1. Nothing it can heal. All right, that Seasoned Shore Trooper over there sitting with 4 health is a little scary. I don't think we're going to have an answer for it. Let's get rid of Strike True. We're just going to have to put out a Cell Block Guard eventually and go from there. First things first, Super Laser Technician can hit play. If the opponent wants to swing into it, it can. Doesn't look like he is. We'll go ahead and kill our own unit here. Put him into play as a resource. We're going to get a little bit ahead. Yes, that Shore Trooper is going to hit us. He's going to hit us hard. We're going to use the Star Viper to go ahead and heal. We'll wait till after he swings, actually. Let's pass. Here comes another experience token. Man. without like removal, again, this is what you're going to see. They're going to put a lot of their eggs in one basket. And the smart move here is to not swing with the big unit, but we will, until everyone is done, I just needed them to swing enough to where this heal would max. So, and it did. They got us to 28. We healed to 30, so it's fine. Now we take 6 damage, and we're going to take the initiative. So we know the cell block guard is going to buy us a little bit of time. So is Veers. Veers would also buy us some time. I think we're going to drop the lieutenant here. That puts us at 6 resources. Looking good. Let's play the cell block guard. If the AI doesn't do anything, we'll be able to bump him up with General Veers. Here comes Tarkin. Let's put Veers into play and give the cell block guard +1/+1. All right. First surgical droid swings. Can't get past the cell block guard. We know that. He did take 4 points of damage, but the other surgical droid could easily heal him. And now we have Del Meeko into play, where each event opponent that I play costs 1 more. So that's not going to be great. It's going to make that barrage cost us 6. Luckily, we have 6. All right. Cell block guard gets hit again. Again, he is taking as much damage as he can. He's dealing forward at everyone, and the seasoned sword trooper can just get through. So, literally a day at the beach for this guy. Ardent Sympathizer, prepare for takeoff. Let's drop prepare for takeoff. We now have enough to play Vader 1 turn early. We also have overwhelming barrage. I think we'll... the opponent really doesn't want to not put tokens on the shore trooper. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we deploy our leader. Do you swing with the shore trooper first? Or do you swing with, someone like Tarkin? I would have swung with Tarkin. Or I would have swung on Veers to get him out of play. Anyway, let's play the overwhelming barrage. Let's kind of clear this board a little bit. We have 8 damage we can use. Shore trooper has to take 6 of that. Oh man, so 6 going straight to him. He's dead. He's out of there. We got 2 more remaining. We can take out the surgical droid, or again start working on what's his face here? The Admiral, Grand Moff Tarkin. Sorry, he's a Moff. There's a difference. All right, we now have a really strong Vader. We can also deal 2 damage on attack to any unit. I think we're going to take out... let's take out Del Meeko right now. And we're going to do 2 damage to a unit. We're actually going to pick the Guardian. Perfect. Out comes their own Piet. We have 3. We're going to go ahead and swing into... We'll swing into the surgical droid, get that out of play. AI is going to take the initiative, so I should have swung with the Star Viper. Oh, wait. No, they haven't done anything with Veers. Perfect. All right, he swings with Veers. Swings on Veers to kill himself. We're going to go ahead and heal our base 2. Puts us in a better spot, or 23 to 24. We have Vader in play. He's only taken 3 points of damage. We have Admiral Piet. Another super laser technician. I think we're in a good spot. Let's drop this technician. We're at 8 resources. This is perfect with Piet and ATST. Again, 2 cards that are great synergy. Piet does not come in the starter deck, I believe. But you can see why he's good with a card like ATST here. So let's go ahead and show you. We'll play the ATST. Piet gives all units that cost 6 or more ambush, and the ATST has overwhelm. So any damage that goes over the opponent's current health is going to go straight to the base. Right now, the AI only has 1 damage remaining, or 1 health remaining. So we're about to do 5 right to this base. There it is. Love that. ATST gets played, or not ATST, Death Trooper gets played and kills our Vader with that ability. So we just lost our card that hits for 5, but that's okay. We are in a better spot. We have the ATST here with 4 more health remaining. We also have Tag and Sympathizer. So a Trooper that can benefit troopers. I like it. We're also at 8 resources, so we can definitely stop here. AI plays that Devotion. Not looking forward to that. Can we get rid of it? I think we can. Maximum firepower. We're going to do damage from the ATST right there. And if we couldn't finish him off, if we didn't want to do the math, we had another unit that we could pick. So let's play the Volunteer Soldier. And it's just swinging at this point. I think we're in a good spot, and we'll be moving on to another sealed pack. And if we see a little bit more of a Luke setup, we're going to, hopefully we do, we can go with that. Again, it's just a little bit different. With Vader, he's probably the most aggressive leader you're going to find, I would say, with the dark side stuff. And a lot of that tempo is already there. Again, Super Laser Technician is really what's is helping us out. It's overkill. I don't need to do his ability. Let's go ahead and go to the next round. All right, Steadfast Battalion gets played, does not have ambush, so the game goes to the ATST. Finishing this off, no problem. That's why he's a great bomb. Again, Admiral Piet really helps him with that ambush ability. All right, so that was good. We're going to go ahead and stop at 2 and do it again. So we're going to forfeit here. Go to the packs for pre-release. And again, this time, hopefully we see a little bit more of those Luke's synergies. For Luke, you want lower cost white aspect units. So we're looking for R2-D2, C-3PO, Chopper, who's yellow-white, I know. But you're looking for more of these low-cost ones where you can easily put shields on a card when it comes out. Restored ARC, because you're buying yourself some time. You don't have the same type of ramp with Luke like you do with Vader. If you want to go with it, yes, you're going to splash green, but you're going to be waiting for those resupplies. And resupplies are not as good as technicians because they're not like a body on the board. So let's find out. Let's see what we can do here. Again, whatever leaders we get, like IG-88, we'll be kind of skipping through them to see what do we have that works with those two units already. Vader and Luke. For Luke, we see a card like Surgical Droid. It's not a white aspect, but it easily fits into his colors. Crafty Smuggler would kind of do the same thing because, as I said earlier, the Luke starter deck and Luke demo decks are blue, white, yellow, and the Vader ones are red, black, green. There's a lot of card support in this game for those two because that's where a lot of people are starting from. So Imperial Interceptor is an easy card to throw into Vader. Same thing with Admiral Ozzel. You can make an argument for Katina Braggart. All good cards. Let's go to the next pack. There really wasn't much here that I think set us up in one direction or the other. As far as Luke goes, we see a card like the Wilderness Fighter. Again, not white aspect. We're not seeing a lot of white aspects so far in these packs. And Luke needs the white aspect to trigger his shield ability. His ability is you pay 1, exhaust Luke. You can put a shield token on a white aspect unit that came into play this turn. A lot of conditions, but very similar to Vader. We do have an open fire. That makes a good case for Vader and 2 more officials that are both Imperial. So I love playing Vader, but I do want to mix it up every time. Here we go. Director Krennic. And for the Vader board, look at this pack. Super Laser Technician. Yes, that goes with Vader. Snow Trooper Lieutenant. Vader. ATST. Vader. All 3 in that package. All 3 in the demo and starter set package, so that it works. As far as Luke goes, we see cards like Vanquish and Devotion, cards that are going to kind of set us up or buy us some time. So not bad. Some good yellow cards definitely in these packs. Some yellow black ones. Second Krennic. All right, finally some more Luke support. Restored ARC has that white aspect token, and it's going to be able to heal you, so it's a good one for you to put a shield on with Luke. Alliance X-Wing, again, doesn't do much. It's very vanilla, but it hits that requirement. The Ghost, it's not going to do much without a shield Spectre unit, so hopefully we'll see someone like Kanan. But again, good to see him and regional sympathizers. So a little bit better for the Luke pile. As far as Vader goes, nothing stands out in here in the original shell. Ardent Sympathizers, Wampas, Strike Trues, they're filler, but they're not the cards that synergize with him immediately. An argument can be made for Frontline Shuttle. I like this card. The ability to kind of defeat and then attack with Vader again, I think is really neat, but you can't attack a base. So it's just trying to make sure you're doing something smart, or you're using this with an ATSD who has Overwhelm. That's probably the better play there. So these last 2 packs really have to push me into the Luke pool, and we'll see if they can get us there. Good news is we see another Restored ARC. We see a Pathfinder. Those are both strong. We see a Forces with me to kind of give our low units a little bit more health. What I'm not seeing in either of these colors really are a lot of Sentinel units, and I think that's going to be one of the big things. We did get another open fire, another Vanquish, so that's two great kill events for both of our leaders. Final pack, what are we playing? Viper Probe Droid stands out, and Ezra Bridger. I like Ezra and a Snowspeeder, so I think we have enough to make some Luke work here. I think that's fine, and we're specifically building Luke right now. I guess we could just take a look at all the cards. That's what we should do. Let's repick our leader here. View the sealed pool. So again, in a sealed tournament, you're going to have all leaders from the packs you open, but you're also going to be left with Vader and Luke, which are going to be the promos. For Vader out of this pack, we know the ATST fits the build. So does Admiral Ozzel. But what we're missing here is a lot of low-cost units. We don't have the Death Star Stormtroopers. We don't have the TIE Fighters. We don't have the things that are going to consistently trigger his ability. We have only one Super Laser Technician, which is good, but just not a lot here. So going with this traditional build of black, red, green may not be there. So let's look at the traditional build of blue, yellow, white, which would be for Luke. Again, we need white aspect units first to make this work. So we have Bridger, Insurgent, Pathfinder, and Sympathizers. Snowspeeder. So we have around 5 ground units. As far as space units that fit those 3 colors, blue, white, yellow, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are going to fit that. So we have about 10 units there for Luke to trigger, which is good. I think that's a good amount. As far as upgrades go, it really is a mixed bag of meh. Snapshot, Reflexes, and Devotion, I think, will be the only ones we throw in there. And as far as events go, not a lot. Not a lot. All right, let's try it out. We're going to try Luke build here. See if we can get there a little bit. Again, it's all about keeping Luke alive. They already gave us the bases we need. So let's start off. First, we want those white aspect units. So a card like Ezra is going to be good. Let's just add all the white aspect units here first. Space, same thing. These are the ones that are going to work with Luke's ability of getting a shield token on them after they come into play. So it's going to feel like we're playing slow because we are a bit. And when we're playing slow, we want to make sure we can control the game where we can. So let's go ahead and play both Vanquishes. Forces with me, I think, is going to be a must. Spark Rebellion, yeah, because you can get rid of one of their bomb cards that they're kind of holding on to. Yeah, let's take it. We're going to take Confiscate because it's our only way to deal with upgrades. That leaves you My Only Hope, where you can play cards for a little bit less. However, I just don't know. I don't know if we're going to be in a spot where we're going to need that. We'll see. We'll definitely play Asteroid Sanctuary. It's going to buy us a little bit of time, but shield a unit. I'm going to take one You're My Only Hope. We may have to come back for the second one for the filler, but I think we'll do that. All right. We're definitely taking the Devotion, and we'll take the Snapshot Reflexes. Kind of hesitant on that one. All right, we're at 19 cards. Let's fill this in. We know we want the Wingguard for Sentinel. The Smuggler shields himself. Surgical Droid's going to be able to heal our lower cost units. That leaves us 8 more spots. Fighter, again, shields himself. Gamorreans and Jawas, I just don't know. I think we're going to have to mix this up. We're going to have to go a little bit out of aspect to make this work. So let's change the filter here. Out of aspect, what do we have that's going to be white unit? White unit, that's what I want to see. Something that's going to not cost us too much. So we could pay 4 for a Battlefield Marine. We could pay 5 for an Echo-based Defender with Sentinel. I don't think we want to pay 8 for that. 4 for a Sabine may not be bad. I think I'd pay 4 for a Sabine. It's a 2-3. Spec Force Soldier, would I pay 3 for? Yes, I'd pay 3 for this guy. Any events or upgrades we think are going to be good? But I pay 5 for an open fire. That's definitely a maybe. It may happen. 3 for a tactical advantage. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take both open fires. If we don't use them, that's okay. I think I'm all right paying 5 in a pinch. And I think from there, that maybe the dispatcher for fun. No, he's not. He's such a. You're just playing catch up at that point. I'll take the Battlefield Marine, and let's go back to fully in aspect, and I'll take that surgical, or the distant patroller, sorry. Right? Yeah, take the distant patroller. Okay, we're going to see how this works with Luke. Again, not as many synergy things I could find, but I think a little bit more than Vader. All right, mulligan for us. Look at all these +2s. Do we give up both open fires? We're not going to see anytime soon, but nothing in this hand is good. So let's mulligan for the training purposes, or not, I guess, because I hit no. Well, there goes our open fires. They're too expensive anyway. They're going to cost us 5, and we're not in that spot. So let's take the initiative. If you're unfamiliar with IG-88, his ability is, when he's on the board, is attack with a unit. If you control more units than the defending player, the attacker gets +1/+0. Unfortunately, now the AI has more units than I, and it's going to be playing catch-up game. Ooh, Sabine I can play next turn, but I'd rather play those sympathizers. So luckily we did get both our restored ARCs, and both of these are cards you find in the Luke deck. So here it comes out. They're going to play a frontline shuttle. That's no problem. We're going to go ahead and heal put a shield using Luke's ability. We pay 1, exhaust Luke, put a shield token on the restored ARC. This means next turn we're going to swing into that Starwing Scout, kill it, and not take any damage. Well, and we will heal our base, and the Starwing Scout doesn't get its benefit of drawing 2 cards when defeated because they will not have the initiative. All right, the nice part about units that are cost too much, you know they're not optimal to play, so they can become easy resources cards. So let's take care of the Starwing Scout now. We're going to heal our base for 1, take out the Scout, and no damage is done to us. I love it. All right, we're at 4 resources. I may put out the no, it should be the ARC because we can put a shield on him with Luke. Here comes the 2 tubes, giving a +1 bonus because they have more units than us. Action ability, give the restored ARC a shield. Again, with Luke, it's going to always feel like you're playing slow. So, but we're in a good spot. I don't think we built the best deck that Luke can have, but we know we put cards in here that synergize well. So let's take the initiative. All right, Lothal, Insurgent, Asteroid Sanctuary. Insurgent's good, but you need 2 cards to really make this work. We want to kind of keep putting shield tokens on stuff so we can play the Sympathizer, or we can use the Snowspeeder to take out something that's a problem. This is also the turn that IG-88 comes into play, and he's really easy to kill, and I'm just going to show you guys why. So let's get rid of the Insurgent. We're going to wait for IG-88 to come into play until we play the Snowspeeder. Oh, we can't kill him with the Snowspeeder. We can kill him. We can't kill him with the Snowspeeder. Dang it. Well, he's easy to kill, but not with that card, I guess. Not like I hoped. Ding, ding, ding. What's the answer then? Devotion's good. We'll just swing. Let's just swing. I guess I could have played the Sympathizer and then swung on or played the Sympathizer and then put a shield on him. That probably would have been it. But anyway, we're going to hit the base. We're dropping to 26, and we'll go up to 25. Opponent plays the Siege Tank. Wow, just a lot of fun stuff here. Really want to shield Luke. Yeah, let's just go ahead and shield the IG-88 so we don't have to worry about that raid bonus from 2 tubes. And we're going to get a little bit ahead here and put the Devotion on a restored ARC. So we're going to be able to restore 3 now when it's in the space arenas and the opponent still has to deal with us there. We're going to take the initiative. Luke is 1 turn away from coming out. We're at 17 to 26. Spark Rebellion and Surgical Droid. Surgical Droid does heal. I'll get rid of the Surgical Droid though. All right, I can kill anything that comes out, that's for sure. Or I can kill something with Vanquish. I can take out the Siege Tank, which is probably going to be the better play because it hits so hard. Let's take care of that now. It's out. Here comes that 2 tubes. It's going to give that +1 bonus to Luke Skywalker. We're going to go ahead and attack with our restored ARC here. It's going to heal us 3 now. Go to 17 and put 3 damage on him. And out comes another siege tank. Wow. Wow. All right. Let's just do it. Let's get Luke into play. On attacking, give another shield token to another unit. We're going to swing on somebody. Ray 2 to the end of the phase. Yep, we're going to against IG-88. We're going to take 5 damage, and that's all right. Put another shield token on a restored ARC. Luke's not going to last very long, but he's doing his job. All right. We're going to go ahead and hit the base again. It's going to heal us for 1 to 22 to 18. Super Laser Technician probably swings into Luke. He does. That kills Luke immediately. Technician comes in as a resource. Let's take the initiative here. So we have the Snow Speeder that can deal with 2 tubes. And we have another Vanquish that can deal with that Siege Tank. We don't want to hit the Siege Tank directly because we don't want him to get too strong. Let's drop the... We can't kill... Where are we at? 6. So we can't do anything like 2 cards this turn. So I think what we're probably going to do is... probably the Snow Speeder into 2 tubes. Probably Snow Speeder into 2 tubes. So 6, so we can play 7 cards. Dang, we'll play the Sympathizers. Sympathizers will go down. So we'll play the Snow Speeder first, swing into 2 tubes, and then we're going to play, well... Yep. I'll play the Snow Speeder. I'd rather play Spark of Rebellion just to see what's in the opponent's hand, but 2 tubes can give the bonus to either of these units. And he's easy to kill. Let's exhaust the Siege Tank as well, so that way we take care of 2 units that can't swing. Opponent plays the Homestead Militia. That's a little bit of an issue with that Sentinel. And all we got rid of their hand was a resupply. So, yo, Kinsella Games. Thanks for joining us. We're just practicing some pre-release stuff, focusing on Luke and Vader builds. Since you're going to get both of those great promos in those pre-release decks. And there's already so much synergy built around them in the set. Here we go. We just healed our base for 4 with these restored ARCs. One of them have that devotion keyword. All right. I like where we're at. Let's hold on to all the cards here. None of these are white aspect units, so we can't put a shield on anything with using Luke's ability. Since that occupied siege tank has already gone, we're going to do some more damage here. Let's take care of... Oh, we can't take care of that. Well, let's put out a Sentinel unit and let him come to us a little bit. There's the Braggart. We'll play a Wilderness Fighter. Comes in with shield already. We have more units than our opponent, so I'm not too worried there. Let's do some healing. I think, I kind of want to go first, but we're still in a good spot. Let's go ahead and heal our base. So I can do 5 more damage to the base and get them down to 8, or I can kind of lock this down next turn. I think I'm going to go for the lockdown. So let's take the initiative, and what I'm going to do here is my first action should be to swing with the Snow Speeder, because it's going to be able to exhaust the siege tank. That's going to be important. And we just got Snapshot Reflexes, so even better. Snapshot Reflexes is going to give us a little bit more health, which is perfect. We're going to put this on the Snow Speeder. We can attack this turn. We have to attack the Militia. Swing into the Militia for 4. Exhaust the siege tank. There goes 2 units that we do not have to worry about this turn. Yeah, let's go ahead and swing into the base here. We have a bit of damage. There's 11. AI still has to swing with that Cantina Braggart. Swing with the restored ARC so we can heal our base 3. AI takes 3. And they're going to swing with us with the Cantina. All right, all they do is take out our Wilderness Fighter. We're going to take the initiative, even though we could still do 2 more points of damage. I just don't see a benefit of it with where we're at. We'd rather win this game and control it better. So especially if you know you can, try to control the match. We'll swing with Snowspeeder into the base, and then we get to exhaust their ground vehicle. So now they're at 4. They're killable. He has to swing into my units. And that's the thing, if you're in this position, if you're the AI, your opponent has 20 health, you have to be clearing the board. Stop hitting the base. You're not gonna, at that point, you're telling me you don't have an answer. If you're defeating the board, at least it shows me you're trying and you could get there. You may have something in your hand that I don't know. We'll swing for 3 and heal our base 3. Also a reason why you should hit the units, because they have some have restore. All right, Mercenary Company comes into play. Ambush and Overwhelm. Great move. Took out our big unit there, but not enough. We'll get it with the restored ARC, and then we're going to go back and we're going to run this again. All right, who's our opponent this time? It's Krennic with the static ability of +1/+0 as long as your opponent's damaged, or as long as your unit is damaged. Krennic's definitely going to be one of those cards where you're going to want to have all the tokens that only give you +1 for your attack or your damage, rather than your +1 for your health and damage. So that's where that comes in. So if you're planning on Krennic, make sure you're looking at tokens that represent that very well. This hand looks a little bit better. We're not going to take a mulligan. So we got Ezra we can play next turn. We got a Surgical Droid we can play this turn. Pathfinder, Battlefield Marine's going to go to the pile. And I'm going to say Wilderness Fighter. I'm going to drop those 2. Yeah, I plays the Jawa Scavenger, which just has no health, really. So we don't have to worry about that ever getting stronger. We're going to play the Surgical Droid turn 1. AI does the same thing, so we're going to be able to take the initiative. We need white aspect units to hit play in order to trigger Luke's ability. Oh, this is tough. 3 white aspect units that I want to play. Snapshot Reflexes and Devotion. Snapshot Reflexes is good, but Devotion's going to keep us in this game a little bit longer. So we're going to stick with that. As far as the card, we have to play the Pathfinder this turn and shield him. Ooh, Death Rebel Trooper over here. Death Trooper hits the Pathfinder with its ability when he enters play. He can deal 2 damage to a unit they control and 2 damage to a unit I control. So we're going to go ahead and heal that Rebel Pathfinder, or shield him, and then we're going to heal him. Let's swing into the Scavenger, I guess. Sorry, Surgical Droid, you're not going to last long, but we did some trading here, so... Opponent lost 2 units. We lost a shield and 2 health. So we're in this game. We're going to go ahead and pass. Next turn comes Ezra Bridger with a shield. I'm going to get rid of Confiscate. Let's see if I regret that. So far, I do not. All right, here comes Bridger. Bridger's going to be good because every time he completes an attack, you can look at the top card of your deck, and you can play it, discard it, or leave it. So you're going to have essentially an extra card in your hand every time he swings, and you may find options in there that are very beneficial for you playing right now. For example, if I swing with Ezra Bridger and I draw Devotion, I would play Devotion on Bridger immediately so I can get some of those bonuses, right? Stuff like that I think is good. All right, we have the Rebel Pathfinder, but it's our turn, and we should protect Bridger, I think. Let's go ahead and shield. The Surgical Droid couldn't heal anyone anyway. No one is damaged. Pathfinder's dead. Let's, I guess, let's get rid of this shield token by the fighter. We are going to lose our Surgical Droid, but we don't have to worry about that fighter having a shield on him. AI takes the initiative. We're going to pass. We're going to be at 5, which means we can drop the Snowspeeder this turn. Hopefully have some fun. We do have a Spectre unit, so the Ghost seems like a good one to keep. I guess we're going to drop the Smuggler. A lot of options here. A lot of options, and I think the first thing we should do is see if we have any more. So we're going to swing with Ezra, and we're going to swing on the base. I want to keep him alive a little bit more. We did get a restored ARC, so we could play that right now, but I think the Snowspeeder is going to be a little bit better, so let's leave the restored ARC on top of the deck. AI puts out Krennic. That's not what we want to see. Let's go with a Snowspeeder. Trigger the ambush, and whatever we attack, we want to kill. We can't afford to take the damage, more damage to Bridger, and we can afford the base, but I want to keep Bridger in play a little bit longer. So they're working on Bridger. That's a smart move. Let's take the initiative. 2 more damage on him. Is Krennic going to finish him off? Probably. Oh, he doesn't. Krennic does not finish off Bridger. That buys us a little bit of time. So we could play the Ghost next turn and heal Bridger immediately. I think that's going to be the play. Sorry, restored ARC. Vanquish just a little bit better in times of crisis. Here he comes. The Ghost comes into play. We're going to give a shield token to a Spectre unit. Ghost gets a shield itself. AI plays Bounty Hunter Crew, which does have ambush, so that's cool. That's cool. Well, let's put out Luke and see what the AI does here. Luke's in play. Ezra's in play. They go straight for the base. Okay. Let's swing on Krennic. Let's try to get him off play before they heal the base anymore. We'll put another shield token on Ezra Bridger here. All right, we're then going to get hit by the strafing gunship, which can attack outside of its arena. That's what makes this card really good. I was hoping we would get one. We didn't, but I think this is a great one to put in your decks just because it can hit either units or either arenas. So yeah, why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you? We have Ezra. We might as well see what's on top of the deck. Let's keep him alive. We're not going to hit a base. We're just going to drop them down to 30. We see a Sabine Wren. Sabine's good. We're going to go ahead and leave Sabine because it can work with the Ghost. So every time the Ghost attacks, it can give a shield token to a Spectre unit. A Spectre unit. And we got those. We got those. So we're at 6 resources. I really don't want to play anything. The Fighter's good. Devotion's good, but we're going to do it. Sabine costs us 4. Syndicate Lackeys comes out, and that may be changing our decision of what we're doing. Yep. All right, Ezra's gone. Well, let's make Luke a little bit more of a powerhouse then. We're going to put 2 experience tokens on Luke and attack, and he gets a shield. Let's swing on this big guy right here. Give a shield token to another unit. You're going to choose the Ghost. There we go. There we go. So Luke's pretty beefy now. Let's make the Ghost a little bit stronger. It has 2 shield tokens. It's also going to take the Devotion now. So it's going to hit for 6, and on attack, it can always heal a shielded or shield a Spectre unit. So first, we're going to take care of that unit right there in play. It takes 6, we take 3, but it goes straight to our shield. And I think we're in a good setup. We're going to stop at 7 here. Snowtrooper Lieutenant gets played, but Imperial unit doesn't really help it out. Let's play Vanquish. Vanquish seems so silly, but it's also going to be really good. Let's put out the Sympathizers. Let's see what the AI does here. Death Trooper comes into play. Damages their unit. Hits Luke for 2. All right. Luke's going to go ahead and swing. We're going to swing into the base while we can, and we're going to shield the Sympathizers. The Sympathizers have restored 2. Swing with the Ghost. It's going to hit for 6. It has restore 2 as well, so we go back up to 15. It's 18-15, our favor. Opponent takes the initiative, so we might as well play a card. It's going to be Distant Patroller. When he dies, we can shield a blue unit. We're going to hold on to all the cards in our hand. I like that we have an open fire, so that 4 I'll pay 4 for that right now, no problem. All right, 4 damage. What do I want to kill? I don't know. I don't know yet. Let's swing with Luke first, and we're going to go ahead and put a shield token on the Sympathizers, and we'll have the Sympathizers hit a unit here. Stormtrooper Lieutenant swings into the Sympathizers. That makes sense. We'll swing with our Sympathizers into, we can hit for 3, so we would die no matter what we hit. So let's hit the big guy. Restore our base for 2, though. Again, opponents losing units. We have a better board presence with 2 restore options on us. No, just 1 restore option. Sorry, Luke doesn't have restore. Hit it with the patrol craft. Let's play Sabine Wren, and then we're going to play Lothal Insurgent. So 2 Rebel units hit play, which means they draw a card and discard a card because of the Insurgent. No pass for us. I love seeing Asteroid Sanctuary here. Opponent plays Rugged Survivors. Not really a threat to us. We're going to play Asteroid Sanctuary and put a shield token on a non-leader unit. We'll pick Sabine Wren. Death Trooper swings, but it's too late. That is the game. We did it. Little rough there, but easy to get. All right, we're going to do one more. We're going to do one more. All right. Forfeit here. Again, we're looking at strategies that really work with Luke and Vader. Again, these are cards that you can find in the demo decks if you've been able to catch any of those. Roadshow events at your local stores. These are going to be in the starter decks. If you've already started messing around with Forcetable, you can start playing the starter decks for free. And you'll find the cards that the game has said, these work. These work with these units. And again, there's a reason why you want to stick with this. It's at entry level, everyone's coming in buying a starter deck, right? Why wouldn't you pick it? It's 2 60-card decks. It has exclusive cards in there. We're talking cards like Vader's and Luke's lightsaber, Admiral Mahdi, I think General Dodonna, Princess Leia. These are cards that are just, the only way you can get them is in there. And they are already built around these 2 leaders. So the rest of the set, although it has different directions it can go, it's going to have more things that lean towards these 2 leaders. Because if you're new, if you have limited funds, if you're young, you're starting at this section and you're just buying packs and trying to figure out, how do I make Luke or Vader better, right? That's where you're starting. So again, I think it's good that we start here and we focus on only those 2 leaders, no matter what we get. We could see Boba Fett with all the right yellow-black combinations, but we want to kind of focus on these 2. So already pack 1, Vader is black, red, green. What he needs is low-cost black aspect units to keep things going, and he needs super laser technician so that way he can ramp and come out at 1 or 2 turns early if you're lucky. So in this pack, we see some strong cases for Vader. TIE Fighter is 1 cost, Veers, Tag, and Emperor's Royal Guard. These 3 cards are already solid, and you'll see, I don't think you'll see the Royal Guard in the starter deck. I'll have to pull up the list, but these all work really well. Tag's going to be great for your trooper builds. It's also going to trigger Royal Guard's official ability. All 3 of these are Imperial, meaning they can get +1 and +1. So pack 1, favor into Vader here. As far as Luke goes, it's really just the Snowspeeder, that works well with Luke. It has the wide aspect, has ambush, can take care of those ground units you may see, like an ATST. So that's the only one really in its strongest of synergy. Next pack. All right, Kanan Jarrus and a Snowspeeder definitely make arguments for Luke this turn. You also have an X-Wing, so low cost, where you can play a shield on it pretty early. In order to make Kanan really more effective, you want some more Spectre units, but just 1, discarding a top card of their deck, may just be able to put your opponent on tilt. You're going to be able to get rid of cards they may be waiting for, and you're going to have a better idea of what's in their deck. So now remember, right now, pre-releases, they've announced they're just doing best of 1 series, so you're only going to have 1 match with your opponent. So don't worry too much about the sideboard aspect, All right, Pack 3. As far as Vader's concerned, I see a ATST definitely goes into his favor here. It's 6 cost. It's a black aspect unit, has Overwhelm. It's in the starter and the demo decks for a reason. It's a good card. Not Imperial would be Steadfast Battalion. So has Overwhelm. As long as you control your leader, like Vader, gets +2/+2. So you can make it a 7/7 for the whole phase. V-Wing is a good one because you may be able to draw the cards you're looking for. Same thing with Mercenary Company. These 2 are both good. This one has Ambush and Overwhelm. This one's just going to draw a card. They don't fit so much the Vader mechanic, but they're going to be good builds that you want to put into it, especially if you're lacking some of those other synergy cards. We also got Tarkin Town, and that's great. Not playing it, but it's great. All right. Pack 4, Vader. Man, I was going to say Vader favor, but it's pretty split. So as far as Luke goes, you get cards like Restored ARC, Consular Security Force, Vigilant Honor Guards, and the Falcon. All four of these cards can fit with Luke. They have light aspects. They work with the colors you're used to if you're playing those decks. Good build. As far as Vader's concerned, we're just looking at probably the Militia to get that Sentinel, Fifth Brother to buy you a little bit of time, and another ATSD. Double ATSD is good. Admiral Piet really puts us over the line if we can get one of those. Kind of guarantees we want to go with that Vader build. Next pack, pack 5, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Love that. Another one probably for the Luke favor here. We see Rebel Pathfinder. It's a 1 aspect unit that comes on play on really early. Yoda, who's going to be in those decks, also really good. Chewbacca is in one of those decks as well. So yeah, favor for more of Luke there. As far as Vader is concerned, you could run the Steadfast Battalion, the Partisan Insurgent, maximum firepower. Good cards, but maybe not as high synergy as we were hoping for. All right, Chirrut Imwe, always cool to see him. Maybe Vader favor here. We have a 3rd ATST, a Snow Trooper Lieutenant, Imperial Interceptor, another firepower. Wow, yeah, all Vader, all Vader. That is all the packs. Let's take a look again. So if this was my pre-release pack, I would probably not, I would pick something else. But again, the goal here is to focus on Vader and Luke. Because would I go Krennic? Vader still may be a good play. All right, so we're looking at the units. We have 52 units to choose from, and this is how you should break up your decks, by the way. When you open up all your stuff, put them into different piles, right? If you don't know what colors to play yet, separate it based on how you see it, right? Ground, space, upgrades, events, other. Once you choose those colors that you want to play, you can put all the other non-colors you're playing to the side. It's really easy when you put your cards out like this to say, how much of one color do I have? It's easy to kind of see that. Now, you don't need to put all your units. I mean, you could put all your units like this, or you can just kind of put them everything into colors. Either way, just you want to be moving a little bit fast, I would say. So triple ATSTs look good, but do we have the ramp to get to them, or do we have the means to buy ourselves time? I don't see any cell block guards. And if I don't see any cell block guards, do we have any snow trooper or any super laser technicians? Like, can we ramp to get Vader up? I don't see any super laser technicians. So without the laser technicians or the cell block guards, Vader is an uphill battle, right? There isn't a lot of support here to keep him going. Our only officials are people like Tag. And is there even Oswald? Yeah, just Tag. So I think we're going to look a little bit at Luke. What Luke's going to be lacking is any real kill events, but honestly, anything is. Green wasn't very strong. We were just stuck with some strike trues here. So we're going to be playing a very aggressive Luke deck. So let's make it. Build our deck. Luke Skywalker, please. Blue, white, yellow is fine, I think. Chewbacca is definitely going to be great. We've already talked about how he's in the set. He's in the starter deck, and he's in the demo set. Consular Security Force. We're going to start with all the white aspect units first. We want to make sure we have what we need to trigger Luke's abilities. Double Snowspeeder is going to be great. Honor Guard and Yoda. So that is 9 white aspect units in our deck. Let's go to the space. We have another one. Luckily, all our space units are, but we only have 3. And events. I don't like any of these events. We'll take Repair, and Waylay's a maybe. Like, Waylay, in limited play, you're using it for something that's like, a unit has like 5 upgrades or 10 experience tokens. Like, yeah, it makes sense, but most of the time you're just stalling. So what are you stalling for? That's the question. If you're playing Waylay, you're buying yourself time. What do you need? Like, because that card's coming back. Whatever they played you wanted to get rid of, it's coming back. Smuggling compartment is, yeah, we have 5 vehicles, and I don't mind getting rid of it if we need to. Resilience going to buy us some more time, especially on that Luke or that Chewbacca. Okay, we have 17 cards picked, and we've kind of gone through almost everything. Medal Ceremony is such a maybe. We are playing slow, so let's take the Medal Ceremonies. We're gonna try that out. I don't think it's a great move, but we're gonna try it out. Okay, so next we should look at what cards make sense that don't fit the Luke setup, right? If they don't have white aspect, then why play them? Okay, Syndicate Lackeys, you can play this. This is a 5-cost card with ambush, hits for 5. It's a good move. We're going to put it in there. So it does something when it enters play, and that's valuable. Very valuable. Wilderness Fighter. It's shielded. Does something comes into play, going to be again, it's going to keep your opponent having to deal with it. All your units have shields or are getting shields. Your opponent knows this is trouble and knows that you can swing into them without taking damage, and your units can last a little bit longer. For some reason, I skipped Regional Sympathizers and Rebel Pathfinder. Those are must because they're white aspects. Right, we're going to take Crafty Smuggler. Same reason as Wilderness Fighter. It already has a shield, and it's just going to keep on theme of like keeping your opponent a little bit on tilt, frustrating them with how difficult your units are to kill. Again, that's going to kind of put them in a spot where they're going to have to keep thinking, am I attacking the right shielded unit, or am I just attacking shielded units because they're annoying? Sometimes people just get so much tunnel vision that they're just hitting everything on the board, and they're missing out on which ones they really need to hit. So that's where I think that comes into play. I'm going to take the Gamorrean Guards because I could have Sentinel if we have enough yellow. We're not playing that many yellow cards, but could be enough to get us there. We'll take the Rugged Survivors. They do hit a little bit big, and we'll take the Jawas. This puts us at 28 cards. I think we're kind of playing everything, so we're going to have to play Out of Aspect, or we just run the Guardian of the Wills. I'd rather check Out of Aspect first. So let's see what colors we have that fit Luke's ability first, because I'd rather put something into play that I may be able to protect. Okay. So Zeb Aurelios is the first one. He is good when you're in the middle of the match, but is he worth paying 7 for? Pay 7 for a 5/5. When he completes an attack, if the defender was defeated, so it means when you complete an attack attacking a unit, you may deal 4 damage to a ground unit. So would I pay 7 to hit anything, and then hit something else for 4? It's such a maybe. However, Sabine Wren is going to cost us 4, and she can do 3 damage on attack and possibly be difficult to, or she can also gain you Sentinel. So I think we're going to take Sabine because, again, she's only going to be 4 with our penalties here. K2SO is a 4/4 with Overwhelm, and when he dies, he can deal 3 damage to a base, or they discard a card from their hand. I think there's a good case here to take him. But also, Echo Base Defender is a 5-cost card with Sentinel. So I'm going to go aggressive. We're going to go with K2SO. It's going to cost us 6, but if he hits play, it'll be fun. All right, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. All right, who's our opponent? It is Sabine Wren here. Unfamiliar with Sabine, what she can do is she can exhaust herself to do 1 damage to your base and 1 damage to her base. She comes into play early, so she's one of the only leaders that come into play on turn 4, and once she's in play, it's on attack, she deals damage to each enemy base. Alright, again, we're trying to show you guys what to do the best thing with Luke, so we are going to take the Mulligan. Not something I like to do when I play test, but really want to show more synergies with Luke and Vader in this series here. Okay, so Sabine Wren's an easy one to drop because it's going to cost us 4. It means we're never going to really get the max value out of her, so that's an easy decision to make. The next one's going to be Repair. So I'm going to drop Repair. We're going to drop Sabine. AI plays Rebel Finder. I can do the exact same thing, but I'm not going to get a shield. So I'll play the Pathfinder. We'll play the game. I have the Repair. AI is going to go take the AI is going to use their ability, so we're going to have the initiative. That's going to work in our favor. The AI is not going to want to pass up using Sabine's ability every turn. And as a player of Sabine, you're not going to want to either, right? Unless you're behind, you want to keep doing this. That extra damage can matter. Got to put another card down. I think this time we're going to get rid of the Wilderness Fighters. I can play the Wing Guard, which isn't going to do much, honestly. Just because the Wing Guard needs... Wing Guard has Sentinel, and the Pathfinder has Saboteur, so it's just going to get past the Wing Guard. But we're going to play it anyway. I wanted to see what the AI did. They did not swing. Wow, did they just to the ground arena player turn? Wow, they just kind of they pass? That's weird. I'll take the initiative. Yeah, interesting. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this happen. So let me show you guys. Can I lower this? Essentially what's happening is here's the AI doesn't, the computer doesn't know what to do. I don't think I can show this a little bit easier. But we're in a weird bug situation. This is what's been happening. So I think that's cool. Anyway, we're just going to restart this match. I've never seen this type of bug before. So I'll report that later. Let me go ahead and do the fun thing here of screenshotting that while I can. And I'll report that on the Discord. You guys get to see that. I don't see many bugs like that. Let's go ahead and restart this game. All right. Not sure what caused that trigger, but now we're restarting with Luke again versus Krennic. Krennic has that static ability of giving all damage units +1/+0. So no way we're avoiding that. The only way to get rid of it is kill those units before they swing back. So no mulligan on our part. We have a 2-drop unit. I think that works. What are we going to drop, though? Metal Ceremony for sure. And... Honor Guard I like, but Honor Guard is slow. So he has Sentinel. So you can play him out on turn 4 when you have 5 resources. Someone's going to hit him and he's going to lose Sentinel. I could shield him, but someone could hit him before I shield him and he loses Sentinel. So I think it's okay to drop the Honor Guards right now. Also, I'm not a fan of Armor Guard attire. Just, I don't know. It was always weird that it was just like these weird flat green fatigues. They look more like... you know, like they're built from overalls and they do, you know, have like a threatening security task force thing. I don't know. It's just one of those little things. I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's the outfit we chose. We're going to go with Crafty Smuggler because he comes in with a shield already. So he's doing, it's like we don't have to waste the time with the Luke ability. Not that we could do it because he only has a yellow aspect token. Ooh, good stuff here. Pathfinder, who we can shield. Wing Guard, which we can play for Sentinel. Gamorrean Guard has Sentinel and a Lothal Insurgent. We're going to drop the Insurgent. AI's already seen our hand due to that Viper Probe Droid. They play a Star Viper. We're going to go ahead and swing into the Probe Droid right now. Let's get rid of it. I don't really want to take 3 damage, and I think the Probe Droid would avoid us. AI takes the initiative, so we're going to play Rebel Pathfinder. Use Luke's ability for the next action to give him a shield, and then we're going to pass. All right, we're going into round 3, or sorry, turn 3. And we have a good board state, that's for sure. Lackeys, Security Force. Security Force is good. We can put a shield on it, but Lackeys have Ambush, and that may give us the extra surprise we need. It's tough. It's tough. We're not playing either of these two this turn. We're going to drop the Security Force. Lackeys can do something on enter, so it just seems more powerful. AI uses the Death Trooper to swing it to take out the Rebel Pathfinder's shield. Smart move for them. We're just going to play the Gamorrean Guards, who has Sentinel now because we have the Smuggler. So I'm not worried about that Death Trooper. Death Trooper does hit for 4, though, but we'll kill it. I guess I could have killed the Death Trooper. I guess the smart move would have been use the Smuggler, kill the Death Trooper, and then you would have a Gamorrean Guard out a little bit longer. We'll see. We'll see how this next turn goes. Here comes a Waylay and a Yoda. Ugh, wow, I'm not dropping that Yoda. Sorry, Waylay, you're out. He's an answer, but it's not. Here comes Baze. So why they have Baze, while they have the initiative, they will have Sentinel. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue for me, but not too much. Let's play the lackeys. We're going to play the lackeys, and we're just going to go straight through Baze here. Let's get him out of play. Lackeys aren't going to die, which I think is awesome. This leaves the Death Trooper and Director Krennic left. Death Trooper is the only thing that can kill the guard. Krennic can't get through it. We're going to go ahead and kill the Death Trooper with the crafty smuggler. We're definitely going to lose our smuggler, but again, Krennic can't get through the Gamorrean guard early. We'll go ahead and swing into the base here. We're one turn away from Luke Skywalker hitting play. I think that'll be good. Krennic does swing on the Gamorrean guards who can take the damage. Again, that is not the problem with them. Krennic did heal his base too, and we're going to use the guards to take out the surgical droid. Since the surgical droid can only hit the guards for one, we've really maxed out the guards' turn. So let's take the initiative. AI's ahead of us a bit from all this healing they're doing, but we're in a good spot. We're going to drop the Wilderness Fighter. We can now play Chewbacca, and we can heal him or put a shield on him with Luke. That's the right play here. So first thing, Chewbacca. We have a Sentinel unit, so we can guarantee we're not going to get Chewbacca immediately killed. Put a shield on him. So now Chewbacca has a shield. When he gets attacked, because he has Sentinel, he'll have to be attacked, and he can ready when he attacks. So we just bought Chewbacca some extra time. Now we're going to put Luke Skywalker into play, and the goal with these two units is to use Luke to always be shielding Chewbacca so he can stay alive a lot longer. So we're going to go ahead and swing with Luke into any of these units. I guess we'll take out the Guardian of the Wills just because they're low hitting. We're going to put another shield on the Chewbacca here. Very important. Again, once you get these two out, there's a reason why they're in that starter set together. Chewbacca is going to be the guy protecting you the whole time. We really don't want to see Baze live much longer, so we're going to take him out. He needs 5 to be killed, and that Syndicate Lackeys has the 5. We're in a good board setup now. AI has healed themselves all the way back up to their original health. We're going to pass. It's 21-28, their favor, but board presence-wise, we're in a good spot. I'm not going to play any cards as a resource. I like what we have here. Right. So they're going to play Rugged Survivors. No big deal on my end here. Let's play Yoda. Then we'll play the Lothal Insurgents. So we'll be able to have them draw a card and discard a card. Let's see what it is. Cell Block Guard. They needed that. They needed that Cell Block Guard too. Okay, AI swings on us. It's 18-20. They're going to heal, but that's okay. We're going to put another shield on Chewbacca. If they don't have a Saboteur, Chewbacca's just going to get us there. Like, look at this guy. He has to take 3 hits until you start getting to his health. We should also worry maybe about a Confiscate, but that's kind of it. And blue, black, green, they're not going to be trying to bounce anything on us or anything like that. Let's go ahead and pass. All right, we're about 30 minutes away from the from Fantasy Flight going live with everything they're doing today. I believe we're 30 minutes. I believe that's right. I believe it should be 10 o'clock PST. So, because I want to say it's noon CST. I could be wrong. I'll be double checking. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? They are doing this at 12. Yes, so 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're about 30 minutes away from that. I don't really need to play any of these cards. I feel like we're going to hold on to Medal Ceremony just because when are you ever really going to use this in Limited? A little bit rare. But with Luke, you'll find yourself going last anyway because you're putting shield tokens on. So I think we're good there. So with Chewbacca and the Luke combination, you want to swing with Chewbacca first always because he has Sentinel. So Rugged Survivor swings, has to attack Chewbacca. We don't want to put out any other Sentinel units. Because Chewbacca was attacked, we're going to swing again with Chewbacca. So we've done 3, now we've done 6. Surgical Droid's going to swing. Has to hit Chewbacca. Chewbacca's now going to do 3 more damage. So Chewbacca's done 9 damage and he still has a shield on him. Okay. Solid. Great stuff. It's a 14 to 15 match, our favor. We're going to have Luke Skywalker swing. And we're going to swing and put another shield on Chewbacca, keeping him alive. Swing with the Pathfinder for 2. Swing with the... Well, what do I want to do with Yoda? I don't know what I want to do with Yoda yet. I guess Yoda should swing. Yep, Yoda will swing. I thought about just killing Yoda and drawing more cards and all that stuff, but there really isn't a point. So we'll just swing at the Insurgent. The AI is already tapped out. There isn't anything else for them to do. They're at 3 more cards. We're just going to play Metal Ceremony and give 3 Rebel units that attack this phase tokens. So these 3 are the only Rebels we had. They're all a little bit tougher. And we can repair. We might as well just repair Luke Skywalker here. And we'll pass. Again, we have this. There's nothing that they can do. I can't think of any option. Yep. Nope. Patrol Craft comes into play. And, you know, the win should go Chewbacca. He got us there. No problem. Now, definitely with Luke as the combo piece here, hopefully you're seeing this, is if you can get both of these, the goal is put Chewbacca out on turn 6, or sorry, on turn 5 when you have 6 resources. Put a shield on him. Then play Luke Skywalker so that you can attack that same turn with Luke and put a second shield on Chewbacca. So even if Chewbacca takes some points of damage, you put a shield on him and then you put a second shield on him. So you bought him 2 more turns. Someone swings on him before you can, they better swing for 6. Because if not, you've already created a better board's presence. Let's run this back. Last one. We've done 3 matches today. 1 Vader, double Luke. And this one we get the Falcon. So I'm excited to see that. We're going to put that card into play early too. Take a mulligan. No, thank you. We have some low-cost cards. We're going to drop the Metal Ceremony because that's a little useless. And we're going to drop Jawa Scavenger. I like having both repairs to heal this Falcon. And as I say that, I bet I'm probably going to end up having to get rid of one of them for a resource. So let's play the Crafty Smuggler because it shields himself. We're going against Tarkin. He wants to keep 1 resource open every turn so he can do silly things like this. Put an experience token on a unit. So now we have a 4/2 that I'm going to have to kill with this Crafty Smuggler. Let's take the initiative. By me going first, I'll kill the Smuggler and I'll lose my shield, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to drop the Lothal Insurgent. Don't want to see it, and we're going to put out the Falcon pretty soon. So let's take out the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. There he goes. 2 damage there. Now Tarkin has to put out another unit. It's a Shore Trooper. I won't be able to kill this one next turn. So what is the better play? I want to shield this Falcon, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So let's just put the Falcon out, and we'll swing. Yep, Shore Trooper got stronger. Let's hit the base for 3. AI takes the initiative. We're going to pass. Draw 2 cards. We're going to drop the K2SO since he was a card that was mostly filler. He costs us more. And our choice is we can bounce the Falcon, or we can play Yoda and put a shield token on him. I think I'm going to play Yoda and put a shield token on him because this Seasoned Shore Trooper is going to be an issue. All right, Shore Trooper takes 2 damage. I'll take that. Not sure why Tarkin doesn't want to heal him, but he did not. Oh, because he was going to play Keep Fighting. Smart move, smart move. Well, we definitely have to use our next action to shield Yoda. He meets the requirement. He's a white aspect unit. All right. Seasoned Shore Trooper is stronger. Let's take the initiative here. What are you going to do? Swing into Yoda. Okay. I'll take it. The AI is really not wanting Yoda to stay in play. I get it, especially those shield units. And we need to take him out quick. So he has 5 health out of 4. I'm okay sacrificing Yoda to this. He only gets stronger, and Yoda's going to at least draw some cards and heal our base. Draw a card. Should I allow my opponents to draw a card? No. And look, we got Chewbacca, so that worked out in our favor. That Shore Trooper is just going to get bigger and bigger, though. And keep in mind, next turn, he's going to be at +2/+0. This turn, he's going to definitely put out Tarkin, and that's going to get stronger. So it is what it is. It is what it is. What should we do? Let's put out the Falcon, and then we're going to put a shield token on the Falcon. Is that really what I want to do? I'm going to have to bounce the Falcon if I try to use Chewbacca next turn. So let's put out the X-Wing. Yep. Yep. Okay, so Falcon's definitely going to have to bounce back to my hand, but we can do 3 damage with it now. AI is getting set up. Let's take the initiative. Now, the AI should have swung with Tarkin first and then put an experience token on the Shore Trooper, but they did not. All right, time to buy some time. Time to buy some time. Sorry, regional sympathizers, you're out. Falcon, you need to come back into my hand. I need to buy some time here. The Vigilant Honor Guards may keep Chewbacca alive a little bit longer. I'm going to do this. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Siege Tank comes into play. We're going to shield our Honor Guard. It's very similar to Chewbacca, but I like shielding the Honor Guard more just because he's not amazing. And Chewbacca's a little bit more amazing, so... And I'd rather make sure Chewbacca lasts a little bit longer. So the Honor Guard's going to buy us a little bit of time. For some reason, the AI wanted to swing on him. That works in our favor because we're going to swing with Luke. And we're going to shield something. We're going to go ahead and swing on Grand Moff Tarkin. I can't afford Tarkin doing more stuff here. Let's just put on the Honor Guard. Again, we're going to have to heal the Honor Guard to get this ability back, but we can do that with the repair. And that's going to be great to deal with that Siege Tank. I need to take the initiative, so we're not going to swing with the X-Wing. If I can get a Snowspeeder this turn, which I did not, we've been in a good spot. All right. I like this a little bit better because watch, we're going to heal the Honor Guard. So now the AI has to swing into him, and he has shield. Ooh, there goes the shield thanks to the Disabling Fang Fighter. A good card to always play if you get that red. It's going to do something on entry. It's a space unit. It's great. So we're going to attack with the unit instead. We're going to attack with Luke Skywalker. We're going to swing onto the base. That way we don't take too much damage. And we're going to shield that Honor Guard again. So again, AI has to swing into the Honor Guard. We buy some time. Let's go ahead and swing with this X-Wing. And we'll swing into the Fang Fighter. Get that out of here. Both units leave play. Tarkin's going to put an experience token on the Siege Tank. Smart move, smart move. I need something good for that. I don't know if I'm going to find it, but I need it. Let's put out the... I want to put out Chewie. Let's pass. No, we can attack. Let's attack. Let's attack the base for 4. Get the Honor Guards doing something there. We're at 20-21. Perfect. They swing like that. So now we have the Siege Tank that's going to swing. That Siege Tank swings for 6. So Chewbacca is not going to last very long. So let's play for the next turn. We're going to play Rugged Survivors. So we're set up. Rugged Survivors are going to have grit. And on attack, we can draw a card since our leader's in play. Let's take the initiative. So Chewbacca can go out this turn, again, giving us the benefit we need. We also got the Snowspeeder, which I think is great. I don't want to drop any of these cards because these are all decisive cards here. So we're going to do the Snowspeeder first. It has ambush, and it's going to exhaust the Siege Tank. So trigger this, and we're going to go ahead and waste this Shore Trooper. Get it out of here, and we're going to exhaust the Siege Tank. I think that takes care of the Sword Trooper. It does. All right. We took care of 2 units that were going to give us some trouble. We don't have much else we can do. Let's swing with the Rugged Survivors. It has grit, and on attack, we draw cards. We're going to take care of this probe droid. Got a second Snowspeeder, so there we go. AI plays a Super Laser Technician. I want to go first next turn. We're in a good spot. We're controlling the game, and that's what matters, right? Like, yes, I'm not doing 4 more damage with Luke. Not healing Luke, but we're in a good spot. Great spot. I like everything. I don't feel a need to drop any of these cards. We're at 7 resources. These all do something. And we do something immediately on enter with cards like Snowspeeder. Trigger the ambush. We're going to swing on the Laser Technician. And then we're going to tap the Occupied Siege Tank. So again, it doesn't do anything. Technician dies, gives them a resource. We don't care so much about that. We're going to go ahead and play our Resilient, I think, on our Rugged Survivors because they get stronger every time they take damage. And we're going to go ahead and swing with Luke Skywalker into the base, and we're going to put a shield token on the survivors. AI is going to put another experience token on the tank. Makes sense. Let's take out a unit. We're going to take out the 5th brother with the Rugged Survivors here. We draw a card. AI still has the Vanguard Infantry. We're going to let them hit us, and we're going to take the initiative. Chewbacca is going to come out next turn. No problem. 21-16, our favor. That siege tank I know is getting dangerous and dangerous, but again, I am not too intimidated there. I don't really feel a need to drop any of these cards. Again, good spot. First things first, out comes Chewbacca. Give us that Sentinel ability. I knew the AI wouldn't swing, but they should have. They should have swung first because we have the Snowspeeder. I should have swung with the Snowspeeder first, technically. So let's swing with the Snowspeeder now. We're going to exhaust a vehicle. I always forget that it's on attack it does this. It's not also like a enter ability. All right, now we swing Luke Skywalker into the base. We're going to shield Chewbacca here. Perfect. Again, in a good spot, Let's put out this Restored ARC. It's going to start healing us. Partisan Insurgent has to swing in Chewbacca, who readies and has a shield token. Swing now with Rugged Survivors. They're going to hit the unit for 6. And Chewbacca is going to hit the base for 3. We drew a card. It's over. It's over. So again, cards like Snowspeeder are really good against certain type of bombs. Siege Tank, ATSTs, Blizzard Walkers, those ground vehicles that are giving you trouble. The Snowspeeder can be really, really beneficial. And, you know, again, you can put a shield on it after it hits because you always want to use its ambush ability. But Luke's ability allows you to shield him. So I think that's always going to be good. And save it for when you need it. All right, Chewbacca gets hit first, and that's what you want to do. If your opponent has a Chewbacca, swing on it before it swings, because if not, it's going to max out. It's going to start doing more points of damage than it should have. AI was holding on to ATST and a Sympathizer. Not too much there. All right, well, I had a lot of fun. There was a lot we talked about. We looked at a couple of key things, and you can see there's synergy with some cards there, and these are the cards that are already going to be built upon with Luke and Vader. There's a reason why you're seeing 2 ofs and 3 ofs in those starter decks of these cards. It's not for filler, it's because they work really well. We're going to do this for the next couple of weeks until we actually get to sit down at a pre-release and do some events. Hopefully everyone's already starting to sign up for theirs. I'm trying to max out a few. We're lucky enough in the Portland area to have a lot of stores who want to support this and want to try it out. So I think I'm almost going to... I know I'm doing 4 events in a weekend and making sure they're all checked off. Yeah, they should all be different stores. Yeah, so it'll be pretty exciting. A lot of content from that, hopefully, and a lot more of an experience that I'm happy to share. Keep in mind, in 10 minutes, FFG is going to be doing a live stream for the next couple hours. We're going to see the rest of the cards revealed throughout the day, hopefully get some questions answered, and find out what multiplayer is going to look like, I hope. So multiplayer, I assume, is either going to be 1v1v1v1, so it's just everyone free-for-all, or maybe we're going to see something like with the LCG, where they wanted to really build up a 2 versus 2 system. I'm excited either way. Check out that live stream. I'll be watching it, and talk to you guys later.